Hi everybody, this is part 2 for 7.2 speed times graph. If you haven't watched my part 1, you can go back to watch my part 1 first. Okay, let's look at this example. The speed time graph shows the movement of particles for periods of t seconds. Given the distance traveled in the first 6 seconds, which is over here, the distance traveled for this first 6 seconds is equal to 60 meters. 60 meters. Okay, so calculate the value of t. So first, look carefully. Is this 2 units same? Second, there's no problem. We don't have to convert this number. Okay, so the question tells us that the distance traveled for this first 6 seconds is equal to 60. This means that the area under the graph for this part will be equal to 60, right? Okay, and this is a trapezium. If we want to find the area of a trapezium, always remember, start with 1 over 2 and then times the sum of two parallel sides, which is here and here. What's the length here? We don't know. This is v, right? So we just write v plus the length here, which is 8. Okay, then times the height of this trapezium, which is equal to 6. And this will equal to 60. Okay, so what we need to do, just find the value of v. Do some simplification first. So this will give us 3. So here, if you want to do some expansion, okay. If you don't want, you just move the 2 over here. Divide both sides by 3. $60 divided by 3 will give you 20. V is equal to 20 minus 8. V is equal to 12. Okay, so this is equal to 12. Part B. The value of t if the total distance traveled in t second is 124. The total distance traveled in t second, it means that the area under the graph for this entire period is equal to 124. Okay, so now how do we get the t? Alright, over here. Here is 60 meters, 60 plus the distance traveled here. The distance traveled here will be days times days, right? We want to get the area. So here we know the t, which is if I want to find the distance here, if I want to find the length here, right? T minus 6 times the height here, which is equal to 8. This is the total distance traveled for the entire period, which is t second. And the question tells us that the total distance traveled is 124. Okay, now we already have an equation. What we need to do is find the t. So 60, move it over here. 124 minus 60. So this is 64, right? Okay, 64. T minus 6 is equal to 64 divided by 8. So this will give you 8. T is equal to 8 plus 6. T is equal to 14. Okay, so let's try next questions. Next example. So same thing, speed against time graph and second. The diagram beside shows the speed against time graph of the particles over a period of t plus 3 seconds. Given that the distance traveled by the particles in the first t second, which is over here, the area for this graph under this part is 93 meters. Calculate the value of t. Almost the same thing like just now. The area for this part is equal to 93. So this is second, we don't have to change the unit. This is a trapezium. To find the area of trapezium, always remember, start with 1 over 2. Then find the sum of two parallel sides, which is here and here. 3 plus 12. Then times the length here, which is equal to 6. Plus, and this is a rectangle, same thing, I don't know the length here. How do I get the length? T minus 6 times the height, which is equal to 12. And this is the total distance traveled for the first t second, which is equal to 93. Okay, so this is 3. 这个是15 45. So the 12 I move over here, right in front of this t minus 6. Okay, so 12 times t minus 6 is equal to 93 minus 45. Oh, sorry, 45. So this is 8. Oh, correct or not? Correct. Okay, so this is 8, 48. Equal to 48. This whole thing is equal to 48 divided by 4, divided by 12. So this is 4. T is equal to 4 plus 6. T is equal to 10. Okay, when we got the answers, it's better that we transfer it to the diagram. So this is 10, and then this is 13. Okay, the next part, the rate of change of speed. This means the rate of change of speed. This means acceleration. If we have a graph speed against time, we need to find the gradient. During the last 3 seconds, last 3 seconds will be over here. Okay, let me erase all this first. Last 3 seconds. So we know that the answer should be negative because the speed of the this is particles. The speed of the particle becomes slower and slower until it's fully stopped, right? So here we will get a negative answer for this part. To find the rate of change of speed, we get the gradient for this part. So this point, this point is 13, 0, and this point is 10, 12. Okay, so you can take 12 minus 0 or 0 minus 12, it's all up to you. Let's say if you take 12 minus 0, for this x part you have to follow 10 minus 13. So this is 12, this is negative 3. So the answer will be negative 4, right? Negative 4 and follow the units. Okay. So this is meter per second, this is second, then you will get meter per second square. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. So this means that every single second, the speed of the car, the speed of the particles decrease 4 meters per second. Okay, we have another example here, example 19. The speed time graph shows the movement of a motorcyclist given the distance traveled in the first 20 minutes. Okay, first 20 minutes, which is over here. 20 minutes is 4 kilometers. Find the value of V. When you have a speed against time graph, be careful. If you want to find the distance travel, look carefully the unit here. This is hours. This is minutes. Oh, difference. So you can change all this number to hours first. So this 20 over 60, because you want to change become hours, then it will be 1 over 3. And then this is 5 over 6. Okay, then it become hours. Okay, so be careful of the units given here. So the value of V, the distance traveled for this first 20 minutes is 4 kilometers. It means that the area for this part is equal to 4, right? Okay. How do we find this area? Trapezium, again, when you want to find the area of trapezium, always start with 1 over 2. Then find the sum of times the sum of two parallel sides, here 6, and here. We don't know the height here, this is V. 6 plus V times the height of this trapezium. If you want to write 20, you want to take this number directly, can. You have to divide it by 60. If you don't want, you can just take 1 over 3. Okay, so this will give you the total distance traveled for this part, which is equal to 4. Okay, so this is actually 1 over 3. This is 1 over 3. So I take this times this, you will get 1 over 6. Okay, the 6 I move over here become times, multiply 4 times 6. Oh. Four times 6 will give you 24. So V is equal to 24 minus 6. V is equal to 18, correct? Okay, correct. So this is equal to 18. Now let's proceed to the next part, B. The rate of change in speed in kilometer per hour square in the first 20 minutes. Per hour square. So we need to use hours. Okay, so for the first 20 minutes, which is over here, it means the rate of change of speed. This is a gradient, right? Okay. Or if you don't want, if you can think another way, or you can just think this way. From 6 kilometer per hour, this is the beginning initial speed, to 18 kilometer per hour. And then the time taken here is 20 minutes, which is equal to 1 over 3 hours. So how to find the acceleration, which is equal to the rate of change in speed? In speed or off speed is okay. Rate of change of speed. So you take the final, I think you still remember, right? Last time you learned in, I think, from 2, if I'm not mistaken. Take the final speed, final speed minus the initial speed, then divided by the time taken, which is 1 over 3 hours. So this will give you trough 1 over 3. Then you just press the calculator. You should be able to get 36 kilometer per hour square. Okay, so this is the rate of change of speed for this first 20 minutes. Okay, last, the average speed in kilometers per hours for the whole journey. Okay, so first you have to recall back what is the formula for average speed. Hopefully you still remember. Average speed is equal to the total distance travel, divided by the total time taken. So it means that we need the total distance travel and the total time taken. Total time taken is no problem, very straightforward, which is equal to 50 minutes. But don't forget, we want per hours, we have to use this one, 5 over 6 hours. How do we get total distance travel for this entire journey? We find the area under the graph, right? So for this part is 4 kilometers given by the questions. What we need to do is to find the area here, so that we get the total distance, the distance travel for this part. So I think I do it separately. I find the total distance travel first. Which is equal to 4 plus the area here. So this is 30, but remember, this is minutes. You want to change to become hours, you just take 30 divided by 60. Or if you don't want, you just take this minus this. So this is 30 divided by 60. I get the length here. Then it's time the height, which is equal to 18. Okay, so this is total distance travel. This part you can just press the calculator. So here should be equal to 13 kilometers. Okay, let me check correct or not. This is 13 kilometer. Okay, correct. So now I have the total distance travel. Now the total time taken, very straightforward. You can get directly from the graph. So the average speed for the entire journey, average speed will be equal to total distance travel divided by the total time taken. Total time taken is 50. No, remember, change it become hours, which is 5 or 6 hours. Okay, just press your calculator. 13 divided by 5 or 6, you will get 15.6. Okay, so this is the way how we get the average speed. Just be more careful with the unit here. Okay, so I think we try one more. The diagram beside shows the speed time graph of a taxi and a bus for a period of t second. OPQR. OPQR is a time, it's a speed time graph of a taxi. OPQR. This is taxi. Whereas the straight line JPR is the speed time graph for a bus. JPR, which is over here. Okay, these all are straight line. These all are straight line. Find the value of V. We want to find the value of V. Okay, so still remember, if you have a straight line, let's say I have 3 points here, A, B, C. The gradient between 2 points which fall on the gradient between any 2 points which fall on the same straight line will be equal. It means that the gradient of AB, the gradient of BC, the gradient of AC all will be the same because they fall on the same straight line. If you understand this, then you will be able to get the V easily. So here, this is 25 V. Oh, this is 25 V. And this point is 10 12. Okay, let me write over here. 10 12. And this point 0 0. Okay, so since that they all fall on the same straight line, this is a straight line. So actually this the question should mention this all are straight line. So we know that the gradient of OP will be equal to the gradient of OQ, right? Okay. Gradient of OP is equal to the gradient of OQ. If you don't want, you can just say gradient of OP is equal to gradient of PQ. Okay. Gradient of OP. OP, we have to focus on these 2 points first. 12 minus 0 divided by 10 minus 0. Gradient of OQ, now we have to focus on these 2 points. So I try to use O because O we have 0 0 will be easier for us to calculate. This is V minus 0 over 25 minus 0. Okay, so here is equal to 12 over 10. If you simplify, you will get 6 over 5. And this is V over 25. Okay, so the 25 will just move over here. And V is equal to 30. Okay, so this is equal to 30. Now let's go to B. We want to find the T. Still the same thing, we use the same concept. The T over here, the coordinate is T0. And the coordinate for J, This is 0, 16. Now we use the same concept. Gradient of JP is equal to the gradient of JR because they fall on the same straight line. JP 16 minus 12 over 0 minus 10. Okay, now JR 16 minus 0. Okay, I think I just take 0 minus 16 because I like to put the unknown in front, so it will be easier for us to calculate. 0 minus 16, and t minus 0. Okay, so this will give you 4. This negative 10, and here is equal to negative 16, and this is equal to t. Both sides you have a negative, right? You can just cancel the negative, and then you just do some simplifications. This is 2 over 5. 16 over t. So we do cross multiplications. 2t equal to 5 times 16, 8t. Okay, so the t is equal to 8t divided by 2. T is equal to 40. Okay, so this is equal to 40. Okay, now let's proceed to part C, the rate of change. The rate of change of the speed. Acceleration, this is a speed time graph. If we want to find the rate of change of speed, remember, gradient. Okay, so in the first 25 seconds, which is over here, okay, so this 30 means that this is 25, 30. So we just find the gradient over here. Or if you don't want, you can think another way, like this is 0 meter per second. Accelerate become 30 meter per second using 25 seconds, right? So the rate of change of speed will be -30 minus 0 divided by 25, right? So this is 1.2 meter per second square. Okay, so this is the answer for part D. Last, the average speed of the taxi for the whole journey. Taxi, which means green color one. We want to find the area for this whole thing. Area, we get the total distance travel, then we divide it by the time taken, which is equal to 40 seconds. Okay. Okay, so here you can do it separately. Some students, they like to find the area here first, then find the area here, then plus these two areas together. If you want to be faster, you actually don't have to do like this, because if you triangle like this, right? This is a base length, this is a perpendicular height, will be 1 over 2 times the base length times the height. If the triangle look like this, this is a base length, and this is a perpendicular height. So if the triangle look like this, this is a base length. Oh, this is a height. All these three triangles, you can use the same formula. Okay, so if you understand this, if you want to find the area for this triangle, we don't have to find this area plus this area. We can just straight away get the area for this whole triangle. Okay, let's find the total distance travel first. Total distance travel. Total distance travel is 1 over 2 triangle. Remember, start with 1 over 2 times the base length, which is equal to 40. We don't have to convert the units because this is already second. This is second also. Times the height, which is equal to 30. Okay. This is meters. Okay, now average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance travel, which is equal to 600 meters, divided by the total time taken, which is equal to 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Okay, you can simplify it. Then this is 15 meter per second. Okay, this is the average speed for this taxi. Very slow, right? Okay, so for this video, I think I just stop here first. Hopefully you understand better after watching videos and after watching this video, and thanks a lot for spending time to watch my video. See you next time. Bye bye.